Yeah, and people want to know, okay, where are you getting this information that Paul got this meeting with Peter and James? Where's the information coming from?
Galatians chapter 1, verse 18.
What did he say?
Paul said, Galatians 1:18, he said, 3 years later, and this is after his conversion, so conversion plus 3, I went up to Jerusalem. I spent 15 days with Peter and James. The text in the book is the gospel. And in Galatians 1:18, there's a Greek word, hysteresis. The root word for the word hysteresis is, if we transliterate it to English, most of our audience, I think, will recognize this, Histor. History without a Y. It's the Greek word from which we get the English word history. Now, you can't jump the gun and say, wow, Paul says he was doing history. Well, we don't have to know what that word meant in the first century. But it's used to the first century investigator who's on the scene checking something out. I mean, I guess the best word today would be what we say on a news broadcast. All across the country, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, depending on where you live, we get the eyewitness news. And it's the word of, well, there's a big storm out east, and we've got a fella there, and here he is. And, hey, how you doing there? Well, it's really raining hard. Okay, well, thanks for checking in. Someone's on the scene. And Paul goes back to Jerusalem to play the role of hysteresis. That means he's checking things out for himself. And you know, you didn't just call somebody on the phone or use, Xerox or something. He went there to check this stuff out with them. So we're getting back pretty close.
Okay, so he's saying that 5 years after Jesus' cross and his resurrection, all right, the fact is he meets, 2 years later, he's got his own conversion. 3 years later, now he has this meeting with Peter and James, two of the top guns who were disciples, who were eyewitnesses, okay? He walks in and he uses the word like an investigative reporter. I was there to find out, check out the facts, okay?
Paul's a reporter, and I can imagine if I'm Paul, what's the one question? If I only get one question, not 15 days, if I only got 1 hour with these guys, what would I say? Here's me. If I'm Paul, I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm willing to tell you my testimony, what happened to me on the road to Damascus, if you guys will tell me what you saw, because maybe Paul for the first time is hearing firsthand testimonies of appearances. And he might even, Paul was a pretty straightforward guy. He could have gotten a little bit, I don't want to call it a dig, but he could say, no offense, Peter, but man, bummer. You denied your Lord 3 times. And James, sorry, man, you grew up in the house, you didn't believe. What's going on? Hey, but look, I'm not faultless here. I stood there and held the clothes for people who killed Stephen. I mean, and I say that oftentimes because I use kind of a pastoral footnote here, and I'll say, see, God transforms the lives of those who've been through hurts and pain. But here's the 3 of them. Imagine these 3 most influential people all have come through something. And so anyway, if I'm Paul, I'm going, but please tell me about it. Peter, you had to be down. What was it like when you turned around and your Lord was standing there? He moves from Peter and then he goes to James. James, please tell me, what was it like when your brother appeared to you? Probably a private meeting. You don't have to tell me anything you don't want to, but I'd sure like to hear your testimony. I mean, how's it like to have been a fly on the wall when Jesus appears to his brother and says, bro, it's me? Their worlds were turned upside down. Well, that's the basis here. The key thing, though, is this. Paul hears this, according to scholars, at +5. Can we close the gap from +5 to ground zero? And the answer is absolutely. In fact, here's a little hint. Scholars today put this testimony at immediately after the crucifixion. Even skeptics, immediately after the crucifixion. We need to explain that.